First of all, Shalom, Israel. I It's kind of question, um, and I hope some of you have questions. Basically, I'm trying to find out about the law. Now, there's a lot of elders and people who have been in this many years. I'm gonna say it off the bat. I haven't, but I want to know, and I want to know what he say. Our El, our Elohim. It's real different. Not one time has anybody said the law ever. They've never went to the law. None of their classes, none of their speeches on the streets, none of them have just read out the law. It said when you lift up your voice like a trumpet, you're supposed to show them their transgressions, right? And the transgressions are the law. If you transgress that, then you're sin. You have to show them the law, not about hating this group of people because of their skin tone. Um, if they break the law, then you would then rebuke them, which is just correction. It's only correction to show them, hey, this is what's not pleasing to the El of Israel, because that's who he said he was. Not no other man, not anyone. He said that himself. And he said, as I live, and this is my name forever. And it's precept on precept, ain't it? How else do you get that understanding? And you get clarity of it from his Ruah, from his spirit. You get understanding. Shouldn't we get the law so we can then come out of her? And shouldn't nobody be worried about wearing North Face coats and Nikes and Jordans? I mean, because those are all other gods. He said don't worship those. Nikes are, and I've had on Nikes. Recently, I'm no good. I'm not better than anyone. I want to know the law. So I want to know what's pleasing in the sight. I don't want to know what some other man done said. And if we say that's our history book, shouldn't we then get back to that? Get back to our history so we can know who we are, so that the rest of the world would then be able to know who and what we worship, because the Messiah said they don't know who they worship. We know who we worship. For salvation is unto Israel. And we know that you have to come under the umbrella of Israel. We understand that. We do. If we don't, we should need to get to understand that. It says, therefore, the principle is to get wisdom. That's first and foremost, but then with all that getting, get an understanding. Shouldn't we just be trying to get his law so that way we can then do what's pleasing in his sight, for him to then turn to look at us? Because he's not going to look at us in this state. We're going to stay getting slaughtered in the streets. We're going to stay at the bottom. We're going to stay asleep and could possibly be one of the 2/3 that get cut off. Me too. I want to know so I don't have to. I'm trying to find individuals like that have a mindset like that, because all this other stuff is madness. Religion means to hold back or oppress people. Stop playing yourself. Find out what these people is saying, what you're opening your mouth to say. We must keep his law. They've taken out verses to tell us how to get rid of these evil spirits so we can keep his law. It's fasting and praying. We're supposed to be fasting and praying right now, weeping between the porch and the altar, real talk, remembering our home so we can go. We have an allotted land. The law says you cannot get comfortable in Egypt, what they call Egypt, Mizraim, or however they say it. Hell, it's all a bastard tongue. That's why he said we're going to learn it that way. To get that understanding to who we are, to then search out what it is and try to say what is proper to him. He said speak it in Hebrew. Well, they've translated it in Hebrew. Real talk. When are we going to wake up? I promise I want to go home. I promise I don't want to have to deal with this madness. This is madness. You don't think that he is weeping for us? But he's also laughing at our calamities because we won't turn. Because it's simple. He's all you have to do is turn and seek him. When are we going to understand that? When are we going to get that? When? Israel, it starts with us. It starts with us. The house of Israel. Judgment starts with us. That's why we getting this right now. We're going to continue to get this. No march. No nothing. No man, no woman is going to bring you up out of this. Only your El. Your Elohim. Because he said this was going to happen. And it's happening. It's going to continue to get worse. Y'all happy about the gas prices? Well, that's going to shoot back up as well. What you going to do then when a loaf of bread is $200? What are you women going to be complaining about then? What are you men going to be complaining about? When your gas is $500 a liter, which is smaller than a gallon. I'm only a man made from the dust of the ground. That's it. Trying to do what's proper. Finding out what's proper. What is pleasing to the Holy One of Israel. That's it. I just want to understand it. And I know that I have to pray. I know I need to do more of that. I know I need to call and contact the only one that's going to give me the understanding. But he said to gather. Do you not believe that it's time to gather? Do you not believe that a famine is coming? Of all this, not just here in what they call America. Well, it's actually called Homeland. That's why you got Homeland Security. So now you're Homelandians. That doesn't make sense. People, colors. Does that make sense? It's men and women. Womb man. She came from the side of the man.